What's up, everybody? Welcome to your first installment of Drunk Editing with Chels, where you figure out the magic behind the scenes. I've wanted to do this for years, but I've had no balls. I still kind of have no balls, but I made Adam like shut his office door while he played video games so he wouldn't hear me because I'm like a little embarrassed. But what a better time to start than now? I mean, I feel like there's like a moon or something, or like Mercury retrograde or something. This week is not it, sis. It feels off. So I figured let's do this while shit's real weird and like let's get to it. Let me show you how I edit. Why not? Why fucking not? You could love it, you could hate it. If you love it, let me know. I'll do more. I mean, what a great reason to drink White Claw, right? If you hate it, let me know that too. I'll probably cry for like 1 minute and then I'll get over it and then I will never make one of these again and I'll just get to work with like the stuff that I actually need to do. But you know what? I edited till 10 tonight, which is a usual during busy season, and I'm ready to have some fun with you. So we're going to take you on a journey to create the Lost Boy. This picture was taken 4 years ago at our Neverland shoot, which was our first storybook shoot, and I cannot believe it was like 4 years ago. Like, what the hell? Luke is so much older now, but look at him, like how adorable. So we're gonna go from here to here, or some variation of here. When you hand edit, it always comes out a little bit different, but we're gonna try to make it pretty exact. So we're gonna go from here to here. Like, look at that shit. All right, so I'm gonna show you where I start. I start in Lightroom. This is the preliminary edit. What it looked like before was this. What it looks like now is this. And what I did was I added a cool ass preset and I lightened his face here because I shot it pretty off. 4 years ago was the first time I got a studio set up, and I mean, like, why didn't I light that? Like, why the fuck did I light it like that? And why did you feel like that? The rug is in it? Like, what the fuck, Chels? Alright, anyway, here we go. Reset settings. We're gonna fix this shit and we're gonna make it amazing. So, photo, edit in Photoshop. And this takes like 28 years. Okay, great. So here we are. So we're gonna crop it first because, what the fuck is that crop? Alright, perfect. Just like that. Amazing. Actually, that's not that amazing. This is amazing. There we go. I am super picky. You're gonna see like the OCD, like picky part of me here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the color space. And if you're a photographer, you're gonna be like, oh yes. And if you're not a photographer, you're gonna be like, the fuck is that? And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You don't know what that is. That's alright. So we did it. We changed the color space. Hooray. Now we're gonna go in and take out all the stuff that like catches my eye that I don't really like, which is like this hair. I am super picky, I'm telling you. I'll erase like little hairs and shit. This. I'm gonna zoom in a tiny bit. He's got something here. He's got something here. He's got something here. And I think, what's that? Perfect. Okay, I think that's perfect to start with. Amazing. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna J-trick, which I'll show you what that is in a minute. So it basically makes it pretty contrasty, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a technique in Photoshop, and I don't know who the fuck called it J-trick because it looks nothing like a J, but you just bring this side in and this side here, and it just like, I mean, outdoors it looks even cooler, but like inside you'll see how contrasty it is. So that's a little too contrasty for the lighting that we had, so we're going to bring it down to 50. Perfect. We're going to flatten it. I flatten every like 4 seconds. If you're a photographer and watching this, first of all, hi. So sorry that I'm like drunk in editing this. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's fucking fun. I love talking to you guys about this shit. But yeah, you're gonna be like, why the fuck does she flatten so much? You know what? I can't stand all that shit here. So that's why I flatten so much. So now we're gonna go in, we're gonna level bump. I already made, these are like actions that I made, hella sharpen, duplicate background. So I made a level bump action. So what it does is it just brings it up like that, like brighter. And what that really did was, I'll show you, it just brings this right side up. But you know what? I'm gonna like fix it a little more and go a little more. Why not? Let's be daring tonight. Alright, we're gonna invert it. We're gonna paint over his face. Beauteous. I actually think I'm gonna paint over the rest of him. even like the photos that you look at and you think they're like not really edited, like, yo, I go in and do work on every photo. I think that's why I know that's why it takes me like a considerable amount of time to edit things. There's some photos like our graphic novel Hallowed, because of the overall, like, what's it called? Just the idea of the fact that it's like a fantasy novel. I mean, I've spent 6 hours on one of those photos. It's crazy. And you would look at it and you would know that it's like a very finished, polished photo, but you wouldn't think like all of this stuff went into it. So let's just show you that now. Let's show you like all the stuff that goes into it, man. Like, oops, I fucked that up. So when I make everything red, it just shows me like what I missed. I actually like don't even know if that's what that tool is for, but that's what I use it for, and you know what? It fucking really helps me. So here's this. We're gonna go like this. Alright, great. So basically what we had was this, and then we went to this. Perfect, it brightened up a lot. So let's flatten that. I know people, I know. I flatten a lot. We're gonna go over here. I have spent thousands, like I'm not even like kidding, thousands of dollars on actions and presets, and I use the same fucking 4. So here's one of them, one of the 4. Alright, so, oh my gosh, Polly. So, my dog's like fucking with like Adam's birthday present over there. So that makes it look super crazy. I'm gonna walk you through it. We're gonna erase all that shit off of him. And this part takes a little bit of time because you gotta really get in there. You can't get any of this brush on the backdrop. If you get it on the backdrop, you gotta erase it because it just looks crazy if you get it on the back. See? Fucking crazy. I'm gonna get one of those like Wacom tablets. I don't really know how it's pronounced, but it basically makes shit like this easier. It's like you draw with like a little pen, like a little stylus. Like, bitch, give that to me, please. I'm probably gonna get that really soon since I do so much brush work. Why not make my life easier? Okay. So it shows me what I missed. Fine. That's okay that I missed that outside spot. I like when they kind of like blend into the background a little bit. However, look at this shit. I gotta get rid of this. Boom. Bye. Here we go. And over here, I don't love that on the backdrop. Yeah, I mean right here, I think. Oh my gosh. Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna go over. I missed one little spot right there. Come on. Okay. Awesome. Alright, perfect. Time for step 2. Let's go. Add a light source. Bitch, I will. Boom. Done. Alright. Bring up highlights. No fucking thank you. Select eyes. Okay, so this is a big thing. Everybody kind of talks about how I'm pretty good at editing eyes. Well, what it really is, and I have this all in action right here, but what it really is just add contrast and brightness to the eyes and enhance them. This action just makes it a lot easier. It makes it like less steps than usual. So, I mean, I use it all the time. Perfect. We're gonna adjust eye color, and this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy for you guys. Like, if you're looking at this, you're like, why the fuck are you bringing it all the way there? That's crazy. Nobody's ever done that. You know what, bitch? I like it. Whatever. Alright, here we go. Yes, bitch. I love catch lights. You know what catch lights are? Just literally catch lights. That's what a catch light is. Fucking beautiful. Alright, cool. So right now, we are halfway there. Next, add a layer, texture, background, whatever the fuck. So I have many layers that I have purchased and I have taken, and what layers are basically things like that. Overlays, textures. It's basically stuff like this. So I've gone around and taken pictures really close to blades of grass, so it adds like a texture. I've taken pictures of flowers, so like overlay. You can buy stuff like this. Basically, it looks like wallpaper that you put on top of somebody. This is the one out of the hundreds of them that I have that I always choose. I don't even know why I spend the money anymore. Like, here we go. I'm just gonna use this one. So perfect. we're gonna add it in there. We're gonna form it to the photo. And that's it. That's the photo. Just kidding. All right, we're gonna press play. All right, we're gonna take that off of him. Y'all, I'm so excited. This is gonna look fire. And a lot of people, I've made editing videos for people, like privately, showing them how to use certain presets, showing them how to, like, you know, get the most out of their contrast, to get the most out of their images. And one thing people ask me is, like, how do you know what to do? And although learning Photoshop is pretty much the key to that, and there's so much to learn, I still don't know it all, and I find that I'm pretty advanced in, like, my knowledge of it. I truly feel like I understand it really well. There's a whole 50% more that I could, you know, understand and learn. It's just so vast. So first, learning the basics of Photoshop is key, but really my number one thing is you really just fuck with photos till you like them. Like, truly, you gotta know what does what, so that the fucking with the photos happens quicker and you're not spending like hours and hours and hours on a photo without the intention of doing so. But I mean, it's all about trial and error. Every photo is different. The lighting in every photo is different. It's gonna look different. If I did this edit on a different photo, it would look very different. So it's all about trial and error, and just, you know, not being afraid of fucking up a little bit. You can always erase stuff. You can always take stuff away. You can close the eyes. These eyes. It's all about fucking with it. You can do it. I believe in you. So adjust background color. Sure. Let's bring it up a little bit. Perfect. Congrats, you did it. No, you didn't, because you know what? I'm gonna fuck with it even more. So we're gonna bring up these. So basically, so you can see a visual. We started here before working on all that, and then we ended here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring down some of the darkness in the background, kind of like bring him out again. And then we're going to bring up the background texture so that you can see it like a lot better. I am struggling with the fact that I don't really love, like, this lighting right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in between the layering that I had and that. That looks way better. Okay, so perfect. So background textures at 67. Let's see what looks a little more. Let's bring this up a little more because I kind of liked how dark it was. Yes. All right, great. So again, we started here and we're here now. All right, we're gonna flatten that. We like it. We're good with that. Perfect. So now we're gonna go into the skin smoothing portion of this. Kids don't need much skin smoothing, but I still do it anyway because it brings, what skin smoothing does besides like smooth the skin is it kind of adds like a velvety, like, cohesiveness to the image. So I like to fuck with that. And I like to erase off all the detail points in a person, like their eyes, underneath the nose, the eyebrows, the lips, making sure they don't like fade away to the blur of the skin smoothing, which really, it's what it is. It's almost adding a little bit of a blur, just a touch to like smooth the skin. We're gonna take it off of this fur because I really like the texture of the fur. Alright, cool. So we did that. That's awesome. We're losing some, and sometimes I actually choose and I add for like down here to be darker so that like the person almost fades into it. But he has a lot of texture here, like in his hands and his pants, so we're gonna just bring some of that back. And how we do that is we lighten it, we invert it, and then we paint right over it. Y'all, am I like Bob Ross to you or nah? Like drunk Bob Ross. See? Brought some texture back. Fucking love that. Let's see, he's kind of like disappearing here. I kind of like it, but let's see what it looks like being brought back. Literally not fucking different, so a little different. Alright, cool. So we love that shit. Let's flatten it. Something I like to add sometimes is a matte finish, which I like things to be crisp and like they jump off the page. Matte sometimes takes it away, but sometimes it adds a nice finishing look to it. So we'll start with that. That's crazy. Fucking hate that. I never do it. I like the full matte. I always bring it down. So yeah, that gave it more of an even tone throughout the image, which sometimes looks really nice. So we like that. We're going to keep it. We're going to flatten it. Alright, now we're going to duplicate layer, because when I go into camera raw, and you'll see what camera raw is in a minute, I sometimes go way too overboard and I like to diminish it, or I like to get rid of it altogether by closing the eye and starting again. So when I'm doing extreme stuff, I like to make like a duplicate layer. So right now we're going to go into filter, camera raw. Boom, bitch. Alright, clarity up, dehaze up, blacks up. Shadows up. Blacks more up. Clarity more up. Nah. DA is more up. See, it's all about fucking with it. You just gotta play with it until you like it. It's okay to play and make mistakes. Like Miss Frizzle, like make mistakes, get messy. Like that's like what life should be about. Okay, cool. So that kind of like this? Yeah, it's kind of like that. As I said, it's kind of like, you know, not, when you hand at it like that, there's no way to get it the same. Alright, we're almost done. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring levels up a little bit. Boom. That brightened everything where we took it away before with the dehaze and the clarity. We took that away. So brighten it up a little bit. Bitch, get out of my way. Alright. Almost there. We're going to go like this. We're going to bring this up. Boom. Perfect. And what I did, I think the difference between this and this is that I left this kind of dark, whereas like here I didn't. So let's bring some of that back. Let's bring some of that up. So we're going to go like that. Cool. We're going to flatten it. And what I did was I fucked up. What is this? So we're going to go in and we're going to just, you know, clone it. Oh, so much better. We're going to fade it just a tiny bit so it looks like it's part of the thing. Okay, cool. Let's try this. I might hate this, but we're going to try it. I love it, so we're gonna fucking fade. See, this is what happens when you do it like a beautiful. This is why I do not edit drunk. When you edit drunk, stuff's a little, you know, less clean. That looks a little more clean. But we're gonna fuck with it anyway. Cool. I'm gonna fade. Perfect. Amazing. Wonderful. Beautiful. We fixed that shit. Drunk Chelsea, you fucked that up real good. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar. This might have more J trick. Let's try it again. A little bit less. We'll do one more duplicate layer. We'll do one more camera raw filter. And we'll do one more like this, this, this. Oh, hell yeah. Beautiful. Pretty similar. That one had more of a matte, I believe. So let's add a little more of that in. And again, when you hand edit something like that, you're never gonna get a perfect duplicate, and that's the joy of it all, you know? That's the joy of art. This one seems to be cropped in a little bit more, so let's do that. And there, flatten. We went from here to here. How fucking cool. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to see more of this, let me know. If you don't, let me know that too, and I'll be happy to stop. All right, see you later.